Welcome back. Well, today we have on Sue Tarvin of Tarvin Insurance Services. Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Nice for you to
nice to be
come
here.
by.
Thank you for having me.
So tell me about your business and where you folks are located.
Okay, I'm an independent insurance broker, and when I say broker, that means that we represent multiple companies. We don't just have one company. I have an office in Costa Mesa. I've been doing this for about 25 years, and I'm closely associated with Hoag Hospital. I'm their outside independent insurance broker.
Okay.
I do not work for Hoag, but I have my own agency, and we see people Monday through Friday to help them with their insurance needs.
Okay, and when you talk about insurance needs, since you're associated somewhat with Hoag, you're talking about medical insurance, or do you cover
health insurance?
Health
yes,
insurance,
and we specialize in the Medicare plans.
Okay,
yes.
We want to separate that from like doing homeowners insurance.
Oh, thank you.
Car insurance,
Appreciate that.
Something like that.
Yes, yes.
All right. So, obviously, when you meet with a client, you need to sit down with them and kind of evaluate their needs, right? And depending on their age, especially if they're getting into the middle 60s, right?
Yes, their age, their prescription drug needs, and their physician needs. The most important thing is, do you have Medicare Part A and B? You need both to get a Medicare plan. And I educate them on what all their different options are. There's Medicare supplement plans, there's HMO plans, and there's PPO plans. So I want to educate them on what their options are.
Okay, and of course, one of the difficulties in that is Medicare does not make it easy at all.
Everyone that comes in my office is confused.
Yeah, you think Medicare would just say, this is Medicare.
Yes.
You don't have to worry about opting for B and D and all that. It's all there for you.
Join it and you're good to go, but that isn't the case yet.
Yeah, it is not the case, unfortunately. And one of the things that I know is very difficult for people to wade through is you have to sit down with them, and I'm sure you do this, and also we should mention your husband, Derek, who couldn't make it today.
That is my son.
Oh, your son. I apologize. Somebody told me it was your...
I have a family agency, and I work with my sons.
I apologize that. But Derek is not here today.
Yeah, unfortunately.
But one of the hardest things for people is kind of evaluating their needs at the moment, but also, these plans last a year, they have to look ahead in that year. Is something that may be coming up, how to prepare for that. That's difficult.
Well, I base things on what your needs are today, because there are different windows where you can change plans in the future. Right now, we're in the change plan time for Medicare election, the open election period. But this is only for Medicare Advantage plans and prescription drug plans. So we have till December 7th to either join a plan, change a plan, switch, or even drop it and go back to Medicare.
Right.
Another option now is if you drop your Advantage plan, you can apply for a Medicare supplement insurance policy, also referred to as a Medigap plan.
Okay.
Those are a little more difficult to get later in life, because if you wait to get into the Medigap plan, you may be subject to health questions.
Okay. All right. So the Medigap plan, is that something fairly new?
No, it's like they were the first plan.
Okay.
But with the Medigap plan, you're able to choose any doctor, any hospital,
okay. So
any
it's like
specialist.
the PPO?
Yes, it's the PPO, your preferred provider organization, is all Medicare doctors. So we really need to not call a Medicare supplement, a PPO, because it's actually all your Medicare doctors nationwide.
And why would somebody want that plan? Now, is it somebody who's on the basic Medicare plan?
Good point. A lot of people I see are turning 65, so they'll have their physicians and specialists. If a person has a lot of specialists and they want to self-refer to any specialist, maybe they go to UCLA or Mayo Clinic, who knows where they may want to go. And they have maybe they've established relationships already with these specialists, so they want to maintain those. They would pay a monthly premium then for a Medigap policy. Okay. Where the Advantage HMOs normally don't have a premium in this area.
Right, exactly.
Yes.
Okay. So and I don't want to confuse terms too much. But to make it very simplistic, the Medicare Advantage plans would be a little bit more equivalent to an HMO, where the Medigap would be a little bit more equivalent to a PPO.
Correct.
Is that?
That's a good way to look at it.
And I know
yes.
that that may not be
Yeah.
exact, but to
Yes,
differentiate.
and the Advantage plans are also known as the all-in-one plan because they
Right.
include Medicare Part A, Medicare Part B, and Part D. D is for drugs,
Right.
which are all included in one plan.
Okay, so with the Medigap, does that mean someone has the Medicare, the basic, the A and B
A
and
and
D?
Well,
or-
they'll have A and B, and
Okay.
then they'll enroll in a Medigap policy to pick up Medicare's
Okay.
deductibles and copayments, and also enroll in a standalone drug plan and pay another premium for that plan.
Okay, a standalone, like an independent drug plan?
Yes,
Okay.
prescription drug plan, yes.
All right, and as you said, this is for people who maybe are seeing some sort of specialist, they like that person,
And they're not in the Advantage HMO plan.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
And that's where you come in, right? Because
Yes.
you may find that, oh, you know what, the specialists that you're going to are indeed covered in a certain Advantage plan, and so it might be to their advantage to take that rather than a
Yes,
Medigap.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
And you can wade through that a lot easier than other people,
Yeah,
than
and
the
there are
average person.
there's one really good window. It's called your it's an 12-month right. It's a special election period.
Okay.
So if a person is turning 65
Okay.
and they
Okay.
join a Medicare Advantage plan when they're first eligible for Medicare, they can try that Advantage plan for 12 months. And if for some reason they don't want to stay in it, they can disenroll and join a Medigap policy with no health questions
Okay.
if it's done during the first 12 months of joining an Advantage plan for the first time.
Okay,
It's called your 12-month trial right.
very good. Now, is there, when you look at all these different plans out there, do you find some people just want to do the basic Medicare, the A, B, and then they would need D, correct?
Not too many people, very few people rely on just Medicare A and B because you're going to have out-of-pocket copayments, which could be substantial if you get
Okay.
into something catastrophic or major.
Right.
You'd have a lot of out-of-pocket expenses.
Yeah, exactly. So as we know that we're right in the middle of that time now until December 7th,
Yes,
correct?
Yes.
And it's can be a difficult time for people. And so, the difficulty is people may love what they have right now, whatever it may be, but they may not realize that the plan has changed a little bit. Maybe the formulary for the drug, something has dropped off, or maybe it now includes something else.
Loving their plan brings up another category of people that I see daily. People that are coming out of an employer-sponsored group plan, and they're no longer able to keep that plan, or it's a retiree plan. So they're torn between, oh, I've worked for this company for 25 years, I don't want to drop my group plan, but so when we compare the benefits that the group plan is offering them versus a private plan, many times it's to their advantage to take a private plan because
Yeah.
the coverage will be better and the premiums would be lower. So we do that. We can compare group plans with private plans.
And with the Advantage plans, as you said, in this area, they can be quite different than maybe somebody who lives somewhere else. And what about coming across a person that maybe lives in this area for several months out of the year, and then they live in Colorado for half the year?
Right, that happens quite often.
Does that become tricky then with the
That's a
Advantage
Medigap
plans?
policy situation because with a Medigap policy, your insurance will go with you anywhere in the United States. It pays the same no matter where you are. So you'd be covered, yeah.
So there's a good point
Yeah.
for looking at that, where the Advantage plans don't do that.
Well, the Advantage plan will give you emergency and urgent care services when you're out of your service area.
Okay.
Yeah, so you'd be covered for emergency, but if you want to live somewhere, say for 3 months or
Yeah.
5 months and continue with a doctor in that area, an Advantage plan wouldn't suit you there.
Okay,
you
that's
know.
a good
Yeah.
point, and that's something that obviously when you sit down with a person, you need to go over
We
that
go over
because they
all
may not
those-
realize that.
Yeah, we go over all those points, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So, are you having any kind of seminars coming up that people might
Well,
want
I've
to
been
come
giving
to?
ongoing seminars throughout
Okay.
at Huntington Beach, Irvine, and Newport Beach.
Okay.
Yeah, they're called Medicare Basic Classes, and they're
Okay.
educational. So we talk about how do you get Medicare, signing up for Medicare, the different options that are available to you. And I'm a broker, so in my office, I offer all the, well, not all, but most of the plans. I have most of the plans, so we can find what best suits your needs.
Yeah.
Many times it's based on what prescriptions you're taking, because the different Advantage plans can have very different prescription drug coverage.
Yeah,
I've seen
yeah.
where one company you could save $1,000 versus another Advantage plan if you're taking a lot of meds.
Yeah,
So we go
it's
over that real
very
close.
confusing.
Yeah.
As I said, they don't make it easy. What's your number is the one that I have here. I want to make sure it's right. The 714 number, is that correct? Is that the
714,
850-1088?
that's my direct phone number.
Okay,
yes,
great.
yes.
So 714-850-1088. And appreciate you coming on. You explained it very, especially the Medigap. I think
Oh,
that's
good.
I think that's very confusing to people, and you hear all these different terms out there. And of course, you know, the government doesn't make things easy, do they?
Yeah.
It's great. It's great that it's there. And if someone has a good consultation with someone like yourself, you can navigate through all those things.
Be happy to help them.
All right, Sue, great to meet you.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, you take care. And again, the name of the company is Tarvin Insurance Services. Their phone number, 714-850-1088. Thank you. Good to see you. We'll get you on 12 in just a minute.